Hello, everybody, and welcome to Two Geeks and One Noob, where we gather friends of similar interests and maybe not so similar and discuss, joke, learn more about, and generally have fun with geek culture. Happy holidays, guys. We're just about to head into our holiday season. We're just about to go into Thanksgiving, and so we're going to be talking about some of our holiday traditions and more importantly, our must-watch movies for the holidays. So let's jump right in. What do we got here, guys?
Die Hard.
Die Hard is absolutely top of the list. Like, anyone that doesn't think it is a holiday movie just doesn't like fun.
Yep. To include Bruce Willis, apparently.
Yep.
That tracks. That tracks.
So I heard a little bit differently, and I don't know if it must have been just a joke then, because I watched the roast of I can't remember who it was, but Bruce Willis was the one.
Well, it was his roast, wasn't it?
It was his roast.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, because
it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt who made the joke.
Okay, but he was the one talking and saying that it absolutely was not a Christmas movie. So
Bruce Willis was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wrong. I don't care what he says, he's wrong. His character is there visiting his family for Christmas specifically.
Oh yeah. No,
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what Bruce Willis says, he's wrong. It is a Christmas movie.
I totally agree. Yeah, so here's one for me that I actually don't watch during Christmas time specifically, but it is a Christmas movie. So for many, many years, my family watched It's a Wonderful Life on Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah, I think my dad actually used to do the same thing, so I could see that.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. It was just, for some reason, it was always Thanksgiving night. We would sit down and watch It's a Wonderful Life. So.
Yeah. That's definitely high on the list for our family as well.
It's a great movie.
It is.
One of the very few black and white movies I'll watch. But
I don't know if it was just watching it too much, because that was a multiple times a year thing growing up for my family. So I don't know if it was just watching it too much when I was younger or what, but now when I see that movie, I'm just like, I mean,
really?
I don't know. It just doesn't really hit the same chords that used to hit for me.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know the story behind it though, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, they were trying to cast James Stewart beforehand, or they were writing it with James Stewart in mind. James Stewart had just retired from acting.
Oh yeah. Yep.
His agent reached out saying, "Hey, they want to cast you in another role." He says, "No, I'm done with this. I'm done with acting." His agent eventually convinces him, like, at least talk to the screenplay or to the screenwriter. Screenwriter eventually gives him a copy of the script and says, "Okay, give it a once over. Let me know what you think."
Mm-hmm.
And he eventually calls James Stewart calls his agent and says, "Okay, tell him I'll do it."
Yeah.
On the one condition, I am playing the role. I'm playing the lead.
Mm.
So I mean, it was that impactful at the time.
Yeah.
There are some scenes that are very, very campy now. The whole donkey thing and the little kid at the end come to mind immediately, as iconic as those lines are. But, but yeah, the whole premise was James Stewart saying, "I was at this point. I'm okay. I'm acting out this role now. It feels like it's something I need to do."
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I think it definitely worked out because he absolutely kills that role. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anybody else could have done that role as well as he did.
Yep.
So, So yeah, what other movies are must watches for this time of year?
I always watch A Christmas Story every year. Like that's one of my favorites.
There you go.
And so I always watch that one for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, we on one side of the family that was a big one, but we eventually watched it as a family. And at one particular scene, I think it's the scene where Ralphie's walking down the stairs in the bunny outfit. Mm-hmm. There's one person in particular in the family who's laughing, absolutely rolling, and everyone else in the family turns around and says, "Oh my gosh, it's her. She's the weird aunt who gives out the random gifts."
Nice.
So it added an extra level of humor to that scene for us.
That's funny. It's funny to have that actual like personal association with someone like that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so how about this one? Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That one's a classic for sure.
Absolutely a
That one
must.
Absolute must for me. I think I watch it more than once a year. Because it's such a great movie and such a great representation of that original story.
Yeah. And the fact that almost every version of Jim Carrey's take on it has the original animation in there as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a sweatshirt the other day that I was like, oh man, I gotta get this. It was a sweatshirt with 4 different poses of the Jim Carrey Grinch wearing the lederhosen.
Oh gosh.
And doing the ooh, ah, ooh. And then the last one is him walking away and it says, "That's it, I'm not going." It's the best Grinch sweatshirt I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice.
But yeah, that one was one, that movie was one that I could quote almost line for line for a long time. Like
I could see that.
with road trips and stuff with my mom. Like she'd be like, "Okay, start doing your your line by line impressions."
Nice.
That one's always a good one.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Oh,
I
Home
was just
Alone,
about to say
yeah.
that one.
Yep.
Sorry for stealing your thunder there, bud.
I stammered, so it's you had free dibs there. That one's definitely a good one to watch every year. And then I also watch Elf. Like that one's
Yeah.
probably my favorite Will Ferrell movie. So
I would have to agree. There's not many movies I like him in. I do like him in some movies, but that is definitely one that is top tier for me for him.
agreed.
And not because it's a shower scene, but that's my favorite scene.
Oh yeah. Well, that one is like a fun scene because of the way that the singing balances. Like that is just like
Yeah.
you don't really see something like that too often outside of Disney. So.
Right.
That the acoustics in that room and the voices between the two of them, Will Ferrell and Zooey Deschanel.
Yeah.
It was just like,
She has a fantastic voice.
She does, yeah. That was the first time I'd ever seen her in anything. And so when New Girl came around, I was like, yes, it's her.
Same here, I think. But yeah, that's such a great movie, though.
I mean, there's so many good holiday movies. I know that growing up, we watched so many holiday movies. And now that I'm out on my own, I don't watch as many as I used to, but those handful of movies that we've mentioned already are big ones that I do like to go back to every year when I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like, because I'm married and we're trying to, do the holiday traditions and stuff together. Like I mean, we've been married for a while, so we've been doing it for several years. But like the with those movie traditions of like Grinch and Elf and Muppet Christmas Carol.
That would be one I would have to watch alone. I think I'm one of the few in the family who enjoys that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one. And okay, so
I don't think I've actually. No. I have seen that one. It's been a very long time. I was going to say I wasn't entirely sure if I had seen it. It's just been that long.
Yeah, every year for me, man. Every year. But actually, on that same note, the Jim Carrey version of that of Christmas Carol, I really like as well. But Ariel doesn't, so I have to watch that one by myself.
Gotcha.
Because
that one's a little bit creepy, though.
Yeah.
Like, they did a good job, but especially whenever they get to the Ghost of Christmas Future, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
They pull out the stops on that one.
They really did. And I think it's fantastic because that's what the movie is about. Like, that foreboding scene is supposed to be creepy. You know?
I will say that rendition probably captured that spirit the best from the book.
Yeah, I agree. It was very well done.
On that note, there's another version with Henry Winkler, American Christmas Carol.
Okay.
And it takes place during the Great Depression, but that one's also on the list for my family. We watch that one every year.
Nice. There's actually another version that it's not one that I've watched every year, but it's one that I've been wanting to watch every year. Is Scrooged with Bill Murray.
I have never seen it.
I
I've heard nothing but good, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot.
My personal favorite Christmas movie is Santa Claus.
Oh yes.
Yeah. How could I even forget about that one?
I love Tim Allen. He's probably one of my favorite actors altogether. And I love Santa Claus. Grew up watching that one. It's just such a special place in my heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's a blast from the past that I don't think any of us have talked about before, but I'm almost positive all of us have seen it. Jingle All the Way.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are my cookies. Yup.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Donner,
Yeah.
Yup.
I did it. I remembered.
Yeah, that one was phenomenal. Shoot, I'm thinking of another one. Like, it's lost it.
I would say going back a little bit to the Santa Claus, something I'm actually I'm actually quite excited about was they're coming out with a TV series for the Santa Claus movies.
Yes, and I'm in a weird spot because I love the first two Santa Claus movies so much. There is no third one, doesn't exist. That like I want it to be good, and I'm excited to see Tim Allen coming back for the role. But I'm also I hold them to such a high standard that I'm very nervous to see how they actually do, or how it actually is.
Yep. I will say the one good thing about the non-existent one is Martin Short as Jack Frost. I love Martin Short, but
he's great. But
Short is hilarious.
Yeah, he's like that movie as a whole though is just
it didn't hold up to the other ones. I fully agree. Yeah. But yeah. So I just wanted to throw out that excitement for the show because I'm hoping that Tim Allen has a good handle on it to like make it what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like just knowing how he's been over the past, I guess, really close to a decade now with just movies and shows and stuff, he's like been fairly particular and like he'll like play the role he's given, but he definitely wants to like do it in a way that he's showing respect to the fans, and he's not trying to like play any games or do anything stupid. He's just like, no, I'm here to play a role. If I don't like something, I'm going to say I don't like something.
Yeah.
So like that's part of why I do have a little bit of optimism for it. Like it's it's that weird spot where it's like I want it to be good, and I am excited for it, but I also have zero faith in current Hollywood with some things. So,
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so there's another couple of ones that I'm seeing. I'm looking up holiday movies right now because I'm blanking, but a couple other ones that are kind of honorable mentions, I think, for myself are Jack Frost with Michael Keaton.
I've never seen him.
it was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's like I said, it's not like a every year one, but it's one that is like we might watch it every year. I just don't remember, you know. But another one I was thinking of was Miracle on 34th Street, the newer one. I really like. I think my wife likes the older one, but I like the remake.
Who was in the remake? For some reason, I can't think of who was
They remade it?
So there's a remake with the girl that plays Matilda.
Oh, geez, that's a throwback.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Quite
Okay.
a throwback there. Okay.
Yeah. It also the guy that played the guy from Jurassic Park, the older guy.
Shoot.
Welcome
I know who you're talking
to
about.
Jurassic Park. Yeah. That
Yeah.
one.
Hang on.
yeah,
Don't come to me.
yeah.
Don't come to me. Oh shoot! What is his name?
Okay, yeah, I know which one you're referring to now.
It's Attenborough, right?
I'd have to look that up because I don't remember his name.
Yeah, Richard Attenborough.
Okay.
He also does the nature documentaries.
I wouldn't know that one, but yeah.
Okay.
But white hair, played the doctor, Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from Jurassic Park.
I think so.
But yeah, he plays the Santa Claus in that movie.
Nice.
The actual Santa Claus.
Yeah, Kringle.
Yes, Kris Kringle. Yep. But yeah, that remake is definitely one that's one of my favorites.
So
That
I didn't
one
even
is
know they
pretty
made
solid,
they remade it at all.
I had totally forgotten about that one. That's another one I haven't seen in so long. One that is currently not a tradition because it's not out yet, but I hope it will become a tradition, is Violent Night.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm so excited for that movie. And those listening, if you're not familiar with it, it's a new movie coming out where Santa Claus goes to like deliver gifts, and the house he drops in on happens to be this like rich family that are getting robbed as he gets there. And so he ends up like going full on superhero Santa mode and just taking out all of the criminals. It's like, I can't wait for it.
And just to preface a little further, it's done by the same folks who did Nobody and John Wick. So
And I
expect
almost
more
want
movie on in a Die Hard version.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
I almost compare it to the Bullet Train.
I think it's the same guys.
I have to. Yeah, I have to believe that.
I could see that comparison.
Very
yeah.
similar feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that movie was great. So not quite family friendly, but still
No,
very
definitely
enjoyable.
not.
Very much not.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Another thing that's a viewing tradition in my family is we'll watch the old claymation specials.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Frosty the
I'm
Snowman.
Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. That one.
Yep. Yeah, that one. Frosty the Snowman. Rudolph.
Definitely got to do Rudolph.
Oh yeah.
So to go off of that one, I had been wanting for so long the little Beanie Babies that came out with for the Misfit Toys and Rudolph and all those, because I had like a couple of them when I was growing up, But finally, I think it was last year or the year before, my wife's family had them and they gave them to us, and I was like, yes, finally. So I have it like 99% of them. There might be like one or two missing, but yeah, I was so happy.
Nice. So, okay, I am kind of curious though. Outside of movies or traditional Christmas movies, and okay, we'll go on a limb and throw Die Hard in that list as well.
Nope.
Are there other films that y'all typically watch during Thanksgiving, Christmas time period that aren't typical for the holiday?
One that I actually watch around this time of year pretty regularly is Deadpool. I go back and watch Deadpool 1 and 2 around this time of year. I don't know why. I just always do.
Very, very interesting
Okay.
one. Yeah.
They're good movies. I just don't know why this time of year that those movies pop in my head. But
Nice.
That's cool and strange at the same time.
Yeah, because I've got some friends who watch the Godfather movies, the first two.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I've heard of people doing that as well, but
Yeah,
I still have not seen any of those, so
the first two are good.
yeah.
The third one's there.
Yeah. I will say that there's one that I watched that isn't specifically Christmas related, but it does have some Christmas themes to it. Is The Holiday.
Yeah, that's another one my family watches. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's like it's got some snow in it, but it's not necessarily Christmas until the very, very end.
no,
Yeah.
because the very end is New Year's. The whole reason they wanted to get away because it was Christmas and they both gone through the breakups.
Oh, okay, all right. That's right. So it happens within the week of like Christmas and New Year's. Got it. That's true. But yeah, like I said, it's not necessarily a full on Christmas movie though.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of fun movies that are just for whatever reason you just are in the mood to watch around the holidays, even though they're not specifically holiday movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of many of them that are like ones that I watch every year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, like that's one that I could think of.
Yeah. So usually October we'll watch through the Harry Potters, and then between Thanksgiving and Christmas we'll watch through The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Oh, nice. There you go. That would make sense for me because I saw all of the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies on Christmas Day. Like that's what like my family has the tradition of going to see a movie on Christmas Day, and so every year that those came out, that's what our Christmas movie was. So
Nice.
I did actually go see, I think it was the second Hobbit movie with Tyler and his family for Christmas one year. Because again, it was like you said, just that they did that kind of tradition and they all wanted to see it. So we went and saw that. So that's one I don't typically watch every year, but that is one that I do have that fun memory with Christmas for.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones that like. Yeah, I can't really think of other ones that were.
There's nothing specific that I watch anime wise, but I do usually ask for like one or two seasons of a show on Blu-ray for Christmas, and I'll usually watch whatever show I get for as a Christmas gift around Christmas. Is just like a fun way to like enjoy the gift I got. So like I don't watch the same show every year, but whatever I do happen to get, I typically watch that around Christmas.
Yeah.
Nice.
My wife and I, for a couple of years in a row, for Christmas, we would ask for movies. and we had this place back in Rhode Island that was, I think it was called Movie Stop or something like that. That was like going out of business for like 2 years straight.
So it's a mattress place.
Pretty much, yeah. And so there was like amazing deals every year for Christmas, and it was like, yep, we're just asking for movies, and we would get like 30 movies in 1 year.
Nice.
Because they were all like $2 to $5 each.
Nice. Yeah, when Blockbuster and Hollywood Video were around, I did that same thing. So I definitely relate to that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So who watches Christmas Vacation?
I've never actually seen it.
No. Oh, man.
It is pointedly not enjoyed in my family.
Oh, well, you guys don't watch comedy movies. So.
Yeah. Now, I've seen it. It's funny. I'm probably the only person in the family who genuinely laughs at it.
Yeah. See, I have not seen it in years, but I know it is one that my family used to watch. So,
like, it always looked interesting, and I was never opposed to watching it. It was just my family never watched that one. They just got this like stigma about it without actually having seen it, and then we just did never watch it. So,
yeah.
I will point out that there are some scenes in there where you kind of wonder, how did this get by with a PG rating?
Oh yeah. Well, there's older times.
Well, also it came out before PG-13 was a thing.
True. Yeah.
Mm.
Like,
See, I saw
before.
I saw the TV version of it, and we recorded we recorded it on our VHS tape, and we were able to watch it that way.
Careful, bud, you're dating yourself.
No, I'm married.
Boo this man.
Boo that man.
Well played, though.
I don't fault you for the joke, but I do fault the joke.
Yep.
I had to throw it out there. But,
Fair. We would have all done the same if we were given the opportunity. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
another fun Christmas movie was Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh yeah, another Tim Allen movie.
Yep. You'll probably see a lot of Tim Allen in most of my Christmas items.
I think I've seen that one, actually.
Yep, where he thinks his daughter's not coming home for Christmas, so they plan a cruise.
Yes.
Or not a cruise, vacation to like Jamaica or the Bahamas or something like that.
And all the neighbors are freaking out because they're not putting on some massive display or Christmas party or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
One thing, kind of thinking of Tim Allen made me think of this. I like to go back and watch a lot of sitcom episodes revolving around specific holidays. And usually each year I'll watch some of my favorite Big Bang Theory episodes or some of my favorite Home Improvement or Fresh Prince episodes or whatever that are revolving around the holidays. So that's always been a fun one.
Yeah. I could imagine like the Home Improvement ones being very classic. Like,
oh yeah, just all of the like wacky stuff he does with the light decoration displays for the holidays. Like those are always funny. And the Thanksgiving ones are actually pretty funny too. Like especially the one where they go to the football game on Thanksgiving Day and like just all of the shenanigans he gets himself into. Yeah, like the Home Improvement's definitely a really good one to go back to for holiday related stuff.
Yep. Because even like the Halloween ones were really great.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Halloween ones are classic. Typically for Halloween, I'll watch a few Home Improvement episodes, but I always watch the heist episodes from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, those are so good.
Yep, those are awesome. So, I kind of want to move a little bit into our like what some of our Christmas traditions or holiday traditions are, like foods you have to eat, things you have to do, and when you have to do them. Like, I know, Caleb, you get into Christmas early, so so like things like that. I want to see what your guys' traditions are. And I'll give
my traditions start with the tree going up in either late September, early October. It's just That's always a thing for me. Like, I don't care what anyone says. You
Who's,
celebrate Halloween if you want to. My tree is going up early, and you cannot stop me.
Yep.
It was funny. I actually had some friends over at the beginning of the month to watch a couple episodes of Taskmaster, and they got there and all saw the tree up, and like one of them was like, "It's not even Thanksgiving," and the other two were like, "No, I 100% approve. Great call."
Well, I love it when it's not even Halloween.
One of my favorite memories was when I was in my first apartment on my own, and I had Tyler and Justin over, and we were just hanging out, and they were like staying the night for something, and it was starting to get dark in the apartment, so I just leaned over and turned on the Christmas tree to get some lights in the room, and Tyler was like, "It's August." I was like, "Yeah." More than halfway there. No point in taking it down now. That was the year that I just left it up year round because I was just like, I live alone. I'm single. I don't go anywhere. I'm leaving it up. I don't care. I will never forget just that sheer frustration in Tyler's voice when I did that. It's August. And I'm like, yeah, it's more than halfway there. No point in taking it down. And of course, Justin saw the opportunity to immediately join my side and annoy Tyler. So that was a great time.
As you do.
Always a good time.
So Dad and I have this tradition where the couple of days before the first family Christmas gathering, be that Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or somewhere around there due to conflicting schedules, we will go out to various grocery stores, and usually to a BX or a PX. That's a base exchange or a post exchange. And we'll look for odd meats and cheeses, and we will make a charcuterie board for the family.
Ooh, nice. I like that. Can you make one for me this year?
So long as you don't mind moldy cheese.
Isn't that what cheese is?
True, but I mean like camembert or stuff like that. We sometimes get pretty fancy with it.
I mean, there's a few cheeses I won't eat, but there's a lot that I will. So,
yeah. And another thing we do with cheeses, we typically make a baked brie, where you get puff pastry and wrap an entire wheel of brie in it. Usually put in some sort of jam or chutney, some sort of reduced some sort of reduced fruit.
mm-hmm.
Put that on top, and then seal it all up and throw it in the oven until golden brown.
Oh.
When you cut that thing open, it is glorious.
It's like watching the people knife the cheese off the brick when it's all melted. Like that whole satisfying look.
And it smells wonderful.
It sounds like it would smell good. Which is a weird thing to say. But
Something that kind of became a pattern. I didn't even realize it had become a tradition until thinking about it just now when you asked, but I've gotten into the habit of playing the Spider-Man games on Christmas or around Christmas.
Huh.
Especially like the Miles Morales one. Like it's all like it's snowing in New York and they've got a bunch like it looks like it's Christmas. I don't remember if it is exactly around Christmas or not, but
it is because I don't know if you remember when you're going through the mall with Rhino.
That's right. They had the
all Christmas themed. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't realize it, but I've gotten in the habit of playing those around this time of year too.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, a couple of mine. So when I was younger, this obviously now it's a little bit of a challenge because my family lives in 3 different states. But when I was younger, my brother and I, for Thanksgiving, we would sit down and we would make our Thanksgiving. Okay, well, actually, it wasn't just me. It was me and my brother. It was me and my brother, my sister, and my mom. We would sit down and make our like throughout the day snack things for Thanksgiving morning and afternoon. And so, but my brother and I would make these things that I still don't have a name for, but it's a pickle, like a sweet pickle, like, a baby pickle cut into...
like a gherkin.
Yeah, like a gherkin, yeah. Cut into 4 pieces and wrap it in ham and cream cheese. And this thing has been a staple in my house for so many years. And then my my mom and my sister would make 2 different kinds of dates, like a peanut butter date, and then also one that's like covered in like powdered sugar.
Ooh.
Excuse me. Yep.
Okay,
And-
so I just remembered another one. You saying the powdered sugar, it reminded me of another food, but also another movie series that we try to watch through or read through. Rather.
Okay.
Turkish Delight.
Oh.
And now I think you can probably already guess what the series is.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Exactly.
Can you make me Turkish Delight?
Anyway, sorry for interjecting.
Oh no, you're good. No, that's definitely a good. And you know what's funny is I've actually never had Turkish Delight, so I'm very curious what.
Well, this year you're getting some.
Okay, sounds good.
I know where they make it fresh here in town.
Nice. I will definitely take some. So yeah, another one for me for Christmas is my brother and sister and I used to. On Christmas Eve, we would do it one of 2 ways. We would either go to bed and wake up at like 3:00 in the morning and just hang out together and just like listen to music or just joke around and things like that, and then get my parents up at like 5 or 6 in the morning. Over the last couple of years we lived together, we ended up doing it where we stayed up all night, and we were so tired that we would just we would listen to something and like make fun of it, and we would like die laughing. So I've tried to keep that tradition alive of either staying up all night or just getting up really, really early on Christmas morning and just hang out, watch movies, whatever, and just be awake.
Nice.
But it's such a fun thing to look back on. I miss it. I miss my family. But yeah, those are some of my favorite traditions from my childhood.
Yeah, so,
Go ahead, David.
so in the Dean family, we do a couple. There's 2 traditions that come to mind. Our Christmas meal is not typical. It is snow crab legs, shrimp, new potatoes, and corn on the cob. So we do occasion boil. It is so good.
Wow.
Occasionally we'll put in some andouille sausage, but yeah. Living on the southern coast in Louisiana for a little bit, that definitely had an impact on us.
I will say real quick, just to kind of interject on that point, is my family actually never really had much of a Christmas meal. We had like our breakfast of toaster strudels and Pop-Tarts and stuff. And then the rest of the day was just kind of normal. It was like just make your own food kind of stuff. So,
Huh.
Yeah, our big meal was Thanksgiving. But
There you go. Yeah.
yeah, But anyways, keep going.
The other tradition that we still do to an extent, just not as big of an extent, is St. Nicholas Eve. It's a German tradition that we picked up while we were over there. And I always get it confused on if St. Nicholas Day is the 6th or the 7th. So we do this every year, and someone has to remind me every year. Like, hang on, you forgot the day. You put your shoe out too early.
Sounds like me with everyone's birthday ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I remember mine just fine.
I genuinely forgot my own birthday recently, so no, I need a lot of help.
Considering I pretty much don't celebrate mine, yeah, I'm with you on that one, Caleb.
Sad life. Anyway,
Not wrong.
Well, yeah, single. Kidding. So anyway, with St. Nicholas Eve, so how it's traditionally celebrated is some of the elders from the local congregation will come around dressed as St. Nicholas to the various homes of the member families, and then they'll talk in character to the kids of, yes, I've noticed that you've been doing this very well, or but you need to improve on this. A bit more of a way to encourage the kids to continue serving their family and honoring their family. And then that night, everyone will leave out their shoes, and the following morning we'll come out to little snacks, little trinkets in the shoes for them to enjoy. But that's just been a tradition that we've carried on, and to this day, I think we've only missed it once. And we've been out of Germany for well over 2 decades.
wow, that's cool. Very nice.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
In the vein of food, every year they release this limited time version of Oreos covered in white chocolate, and it only comes out this time of year. And so I always get it this time of year, anytime it shows up, since it's such a limited time thing. Anytime I see it, I just put scoops of boxes into my basket, and I'm like, nope, I'm taking this.
Nice. That's the way we are with Martinelli's sparkling soda stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, same for me, actually.
Yeah, there's specific flavors that only come out around this year that it's like, okay, as soon as we get them, we get like 10 of them.
Mm-hmm. Your wife actually helped get me on that train, because I always liked them. I just never really thought to get them. And then one time when I was hanging out with you guys for like a game night or something, she had a bunch, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to do that. That's a really good idea.
It's such a nice, like for people who don't drink alcohol or something, like it's a nice, like, New Year's Eve drink to do, because like it's sparkling, it looks kind of like champagne, like it makes you feel a little less left out on that side of things.
Right.
At least it was for me for a while before I started, imbibing. But yeah, it's just a nice way to feel included,
Yeah. It's kind of like the old standard of you don't toast with an empty glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I always I'll just get that one just for like a random meal, just to like feel a little more fancy when having beef stew in my living room watching YouTube.
Yep. There you go. I got sparkling soda. I feel fancy. Do you drink it with your pinky up?
No. I do drink it in a big Captain America cup, though. So
very fancy. Very fancy.
Wow.
And by the way, I'm not making fun of you. That is fun to do.
Yeah. Oh no,
yes.
I'm right there with you. I'm tracking what you're saying for sure.
Just for the audience, then.
Ew.
so we're kind of coming down on this. We're about on our hour here. But I did want to, because we're coming up on Thanksgiving, I did want to close it out with let's say something we're thankful for. And I know that, like, I just got total, like, silence from you guys, so I'm like, perfect, I did my job. Cliche, Dan.
For me, I would say thankful for all of my friends for sure, because especially like being in San Antonio, not having family close by, it's been nice to have close friends that I can spend that time with and hang out with, and like different people that have invited me over for different holidays and whatnot. So always appreciate that, and very thankful for that. And of course, my family. Got to say thankful for my family for sure. But yeah, absolutely. Friends and family would be the big ones for me.
Perfect. What about you, David?
Yeah, friends and family, especially this year, have been a huge blessing. But.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, for me, definitely friends and family are a huge one. But I will put one up you guys a little bit, that this year I will be having a little baby boy. So I'm extremely thankful for that, and maybe by the next episode he might be here. So who knows? Or at least when it comes out, I don't know, but
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see. And you owe me a Coke.
Hey, it didn't come through my headphones in at the same time, so.
Oh, fine.
Okay, cool. Well, also one last thing before we close out is I did want to kind of do a preview of our next episode that I'm super excited about, and I'm hoping this works out. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to be trying to play Dice Throne and the Christmas version of it. And I'm super, super excited about it. It'll be our Christmas special of Two Geeks, One Noob. So keep listening and listen to our special episode next time. And I will leave it at that. So thanks, guys, for listening, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy Thanksgiving. The other way around.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Christmas.